My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and this is my sons, Mark and Scott, old photo, and my father is Edward VIII, a most decent man, and this is why I'm making this video to my father and to my mother, who was a sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe, an American. They were born in Madison, Wisconsin, the O'Keeffes were. Catholic, Irish. This is the double imposter. He's not my father, that married Wallace Simpson, Wallace Warfield Simpson. And they became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. And there's some things I'm reading today that, going back looking at Googling, I want to say this. My Uncle George, Elizabeth's father, is illegal. They're with Roosevelt, 1939, the year I was born, discussing my kidnapping. This is his wife, George VI's wife, Elizabeth Bowes, and her relatives are the Rothschilds, the Jews, the Bilderberger, well, the Rothschilds are. They're part of the Freemasons, the global, the Illuminati. They helped kidnap me. My uncle helped and became the illegal George VI. This whole thing about my father was nothing but a lie. A 99-year seal put on it and put on my birth, the seal. Okay, I'm looking today because I know of the lies that were told on my father, the one decent person and my mother. And I know who I am, and I know the lies and the crimes that have been committed against me. This is where they brought me, but it was a pigsty. It was in spring of 43, this picture was made. I was brought here in 41, and the people that y'all play, yeah, I'm upset. I'm just been Googling and looking at some of the Windsors are corrupt as hell. They have kidnapped me, but some of them, I don't know how much truth, because I know what lies have been told about my father and about me, what was done to my sons because of our name. And the people that kidnapped us, which was the Roosevelt, the Kennedys, Joe Kennedy, good Irish from Boston, right? Well, my mother was Irish. My father is English, and I'm very proud of the German heritage I have, and I know a lot of this stuff is a bunch of garbage. The one thing I know, I was brought here in 41 when I was 2 years old, and it was hell. The abuse and the way of life. I hope the whole world has to look at it somehow if there's records of it. She killed her twins, and I was put there and given the name of the twin, Peggy, when Peggy and Carl were both killed by her, and the family covered it up. This is me, and I ran away when they were trying to film it, and the cars weren't theirs. They had to go out and bring in the camera specially for that. It was specially made. So what I wanted to do next here was I wanted to show you, these are the Freemasons, the Illuminati. This is Rothschild that I've been telling about in all the tapes that I've told. The Rothschilds have kidnapped me. Well, they brought me over here and dropped me off, and guess who paid for Huntsville, Alabama, NASA, Redstone, and I can't even have a place to live. Lived on the side of the mountain. Everything in the book done to me. They don't want it. So this is Rothschild, and this is a Windsor. You know, some of this is lies, just like they told about my father was total lies. Some of it's true. This is George, I believe, the Duke of Kent. I'm not sure that picture, but that's him. But this is Rothschild. And then my uncle, they had kidnapped me, but I wanted to go down here. It's got Victor Rothschild. I don't know if this will ever be told, and you don't know what I'm talking about right at the moment, but everybody's known from the beginning. When I found out in '83, I found out about my real name. and my father, and I'm Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. And you've got names that are linked in here. My God, all of it. It's unreal. You have to wonder who put this together. The CIA and the FBI, I knew because I had a letter from the FBI. I had done a book on medical malpractice, 76 to 80, and had antifreeze put in me. I should have died. And Larry Flint, I do have Hustler here, yeah, flew me out there. And that was an article, editorial in April of 84. He says I knew who was responsible for his shooting. I wrote about mind control murders. I didn't know about my real name, and this is one of them that happened here. And I've never meant any harm to anyone. I've worried about other people's feelings, and I find out now the people that worried about me and helped me live were the British, the citizens, and the Germans, my German heritage that come in. The Americans, oh God, most of them, there might have been a handful that tried to help and do the right thing. I've lived among them. I've took the pain and suffering, and I know what the hell they're like, so don't tell me. This is Heidi Childs and David Metzler. They were found in the National Forest. This is right after Carl Barton, a retired state trooper, and his wife brought me down off the mountain from Roanoke Mountain campground. They were hosts, and they were supposed to be there. During the night, my tent had fuel poured on it, and I came out and sit in the dark at a picnic table. So next day, she brought me down, his wife Linda, to Affordable Corporate Suites, and that gets into a whole other story about what they've done to me. I'm allergic to chemicals. My immune system attacks itself when I'm around certain chemicals, especially in close quarters. I should be able to live a decent life, but anyway, I put that all up. I wanted to get on. I want to show a couple of the mind control murders. This was Jens Oring. Was the Haysom murders, and Elizabeth Haysom. They were students at University of Virginia, next door to where I am. That's also where Tsar Nicholas, the family were murdered, and King Ferdinand, and they were murdered by the Freemasons and the Americans. Woodrow Wilson. You get into the everybody's heard about that. The college they go to is at Yale, and you've got Clinton. You've got a whole bunch of them were a part of the New World Order. And I wanted to tell about this one. This is Holmes. They've got him calling him mentally ill. He's not. He's programmed. And Larry Flint was the person that shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney. I had a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. I didn't know about my kidnapping and who my father is and my mother. And I thought it was because of the book. So I'm going to fast forward here. I don't know what else I wanted to tell, because it would take the media. They're talking about what's happened. It's horrible. I keep having to... I'm trying to get across the gravity, and I don't know what's wrong. So many people know it about my kidnapping, about the mind control. You can Google it. You had the doctor's plane that I wrote about. He was on the passenger plane that went down. And that's how you take planes down. You program the pilot, you program the controller. They can veer off space like the Russian fighter shot the KAL down, and Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, was on it. And what you can do with mind control, and some of these can be proven, is like Sonny Bono. He hit a tree. At the time, he wasn't just mayor of Palm Springs. He had become a U.S. congressman. About that same time was when one of the Kennedys, I think on the birthday that I was given when I was brought here, I don't know if it's my real birthday, January the 7th. By the way, that's when that happened over in Paris yesterday. the satire, the cartoonists, they went in and gunned down the 3 guys did. And I honestly, with what I just put on, I think that was a